Minasan, konnichiwa. O genki desu ka? Did you miss me? I'm so excited. Okay, who's played the demo? Put your hands up if you played the demo. I played the flipping demo. It's amazing. It's the most beautiful thing on the planet right now. Did you guys catch the secret little ending? Apparently, if you select the timer for 20 minutes instead of 30, which I selected 20 anyway because you only get 20 in the original FF7, so I was like, I'm going to stick to what I know, okay? So if you select 20, after that little sequence, after you escape, all of that, you get a secret little ending. I mean, I didn't know whether it's secret or not because I've only played it once and I only selected 20-minute timers. So I inevitably got this ending. If you have seen this part, chances are you probably noticed from the demo anyway that we're seeing little snippets of Sephiroth, like we saw the little black feather fall to the ground. Oh, shit. And we heard the eerie music, like Sephiroth is well and truly a part of episode 1. It's clear, right? In a recent article by Kitase-san, he actually mentions why they've chosen to include Sephiroth in episode 1, which is essentially all of Midgar. Because if you remember from the original FF7, we don't see any trace of Sephiroth in Midgar. But in this article, Kitase-san wants to make it clear as to why we see him so early on in the game. And it's probably, as you can imagine, obviously Sephiroth is epic, evil, but epic. And, you know, he's a central villainous antagonist in the game. So seeing him as early on as possible only makes sense to our experience of this very, very, very long sequence of episodes of Final Fantasy VII, but just hear it in his own words. He says that looking at the remake overall, it's clear that Sephiroth is going to be this massive presence overarching throughout the whole of the story, and this rival of Cloud's throughout the whole story. So I really felt I want to include that in this first game in the project to really have that feeling of him as a really clear presence right from the start. He's really, really, really trying to make him a really, really, really clear presence right from the start. No, but seriously, guys, I think that this is very well done because obviously if episode 1 is as long as it is, it's not going to be real unless Sephiroth is in it. Like, I want to see the bad guy. I mean, I know we have plenty of other bad guys. We have, you know, President of Shinra, we have Heidegger, all of these little baddies that are like wandering around all over the place, but Sephiroth is essentially the main antagonist in this game, and seeing him so early on gives me hope just as to how epic the rest of the game is actually going to be, like how many more snippets of him we'll see like sprinkled throughout the episodes. This game is giving me life, guys. I cannot tell you, it's too much for my soul. Sometimes I just like, I don't even know if I can even go on. Guys, this is going to be incredible. I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing more of Sephiroth. Even after that little ending sequence, I was like, well, damn, I like it. I'll see if I can try and throw it into this video right here. But if not, check out my part 2 of my reaction video to the demo, and you'll see in there right at the end of the video when I watch that sequence of events. Why is FF7 so iconic? Guys, seriously, at this point, that isn't even a question anymore. And it's becoming so iconic that Kitase is basically prepared to just complete his entire career / life on this game. He's like, I will devote every single ounce of my being. Not really, that's not a quote, but essentially he's like, I will devote my entire life to this project because no, he didn't say that either. He's just really passionate about this game, which I love because obviously I'm passionate about it, you guys are passionate about it, and so I can appreciate this from Kitase-san. But let's read his direct quote as he says, Final Fantasy VII is a game which, if it just stayed as the original, would just be remembered as something from the past, and people wouldn't be as engaged with it. I think in order to be something that continues to be loved and followed by future generations, we have to keep updating it as we're doing now. And in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, it may need to be done again. Slow your roll, Kitase. No, I'm just kidding. Keep going. So even if this is the only thing that I do in the rest of my career, I won't be disappointed. Drop the mic. That is said like a true FF7 fan / trying to milk all the money that he can off this game. I'm not kidding. This game is going to be as iconic as it was back then in the day when we all played it for the first time. And for the third, fourth, God knows how many times it's gonna come, even after I'm long gone off this planet. Become part of the Mako stream and the live stream, not the Mako, but become part of the live stream and shit. Like, one day when I'm part of the live stream, there might be like Kitase's son or daughter working on the next part of like the third, fourth, God knows how many like generations of this Final Fantasy 7 remake, and they're gonna call it Final Fantasy 7 Remake Remade Part 2. Like, I can just see all the spin-offs from this game. Obviously, they have so much more potential yet. There's Advent Children to go, there's Crisis Core to go, there's Dirge of Cerberus, which I never touched in my life and I don't plan on doing because nope, thank you. But there are tons of spin-offs that they can do from this. They have like literally another 10 years left just off of FF7 alone, just off of Advent Children, remaking that into a potential game, remaking Crisis Core, and you know, everything else that can come out of this. Guys, we are in for a serious thrill over the next like 4, 5 to 10 years even, because it takes them a hot minute to make these games, let's be real honest here. And to be honest, the sentiment of keeping this game alive throughout generations is actually held by the epic master himself, Tetsuya Nomura-san, who also said, "We were very conscious about capturing those who are familiar with the original Final Fantasy VII and those who aren't. I think that Final Fantasy VII is a famed title of ours. No shit, Sherlock." And many would say the same. However, 20 years have passed since the release of the original, so there's a considerable amount of people who don't know it. And they might be wondering, what's so great about Final Fantasy VII? I'm gonna knock those people out, okay? Just saying. So if we're going to do a remake in this era, then it must be satisfying for the older fans, of course. And it must also be enjoyable for those who don't know it in today's generation. That's right, real-time battles are the trend for games these days. While some may reject it, if we were going to make Final Fantasy VII in today's generation, then we must steer towards real-time. We decided that from the very start of planning. These guys have got it all squared away, like they know exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it. They've made this game intentionally so it's catered for us, the OGs, and then the newbies, who are just as cute and just as important and who I want to hug, because I'm like, hi newbie, do you love FF7 as much as I do? I love you too now. Like, for real though, guys, I get hyped when I see anyone else hyping about FF7. I just feel so much more love towards these people. If you're watching right now, know that I heart you already. It's set in stone. It's there, it's out there, just take the love, okay? But I love the fact that Tetsuya and Kitase are coming together on this and showing a strong front of being like, hey, we know that the game is slightly different, we know that it's slightly unique, but it serves a purpose in being so because it's meant for this generation and the previous generations and some future generations. And I love how Kitase just threw in there, and if I have to work on this my entire life, I will. Because, you know, he's basically trying to hint at Square Enix for, like, an internal contract. Like, the contract that would never end. The Vincent Valentine of all contracts. The contract that never dies, it never ends, it just never ever fades away, okay? This contract will go on forever. Kitase will keep going. Like, even in zombie mode, he's gonna be like, I think that it should be real-time based. I'm crazy. Guys, I absolutely enjoyed making this video. I flippin' love this game. The demo is everything and more. I'm just in love with this game. Guys, I hope you like this video. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, you guys should, because I'm constantly posting updates on them more regularly, just letting you guys know what I'm doing and if I'm not feeling very good, which is right now. I'm actually currently dying, even though I have a lot of energy. I'm actually in a lot of pain right now. I'm not feeling very well. But I'm going to take a potion and an ether and call it a day. I'm strong, okay? We can go on. We can get through this. But yeah, I also want to let you know I'm on Discord. It's called Rose's Seventh Heaven. Shout out to Tifa. She's my girl, though. Guys, you can join it anytime. Feel free to join in with our craziness on there, and we will give you a warm welcome on there. Okay guys, that's it from me in this video. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Leave me a comment below and a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? You're my fam. We're FF7 fam. Subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Sayonara.